Hello everyone, this is Mr. Ahmed Al Qadri. In this session, we will continue our lesson about mixtures, and we want to talk today about solutions. Guys, before we start our lesson, let's do a small experiment. In this experiment, we need sugar and water and a spoon. Okay, when we mix sugar into water and stir, the sugar dissolves and seems to disappear. So no more sugar in the solution right now. So sugar, the result is sugar plus water. We called as a solution. So you can taste the sugar, but can't see it in the liquid. So even under a microscope, so the sugar water looks the same everywhere. You can see, it's look the same everywhere. So it's a homogeneous mixture. A mixture like sugar and water is called solution, as we said. So a solution is a mixture with the parts that blend so that it's look the same everywhere, even under a microscope. So here in this experiment, the smaller amount that is dissolved in a solution is called the solute. So here the solute is the sugar, and the large amount that dissolves the other substance in a solution is called the solvent. And in this example, the solvent is water. So, guys, after we did the experiment, we conclude that a solution is a mixture with parts that blend so that it's look the same everywhere, even under a microscope. And the smaller amount that's dissolved in a solution is called the solute, and the larger amount that dissolves the other substance in a solution is called the solvent. So here in this example, the sugar water mixture is a solution. The solute is the sugar and the solvent is the water. So another example of mixtures, we have the humid air. It's an important solution of water vapor in air. When it condenses, it forms clouds. You can see here the clouds, it's all the same everywhere. This is another example of what of solution. Another example, the carbonated water is a solution of carbon dioxide gas in liquid water. So seltzers is these two examples of uh, solution. And in this picture right now, another example of solution we called an alloy. So an alloy is a solution of a metal and another solid. So most alloy are solution of one type of metal and another. You can see in this bicycle here right now. This is an example of alloy. Alloy is a solution of solid state. As you see this piece right now here, it's look the same everywhere. Of course, this is an example of solution in solid state. So we can say solution can be made with solids as an alloy, and can be made with liquids as the sugar and water solution, and can be made with the gases as the clouds examples. Okay guys, right now let's talk about solution limits. So when there is just a little sugar in water, so it's called a dilute sugar solution. So this water is not very sweet. So if we add more sugar, adding more sugar makes the solution more concentrated and also sweeter. So as example, if you put 1 spoon of sugar and 2 spoon of sugar in another beaker or cup, and 3 spoon if we add more and more and more, so the sugar become more concentrated and more sweeter. So my question is, uh, could you dissolve more and more sugar and concentrate the solution without limit? So as example, I can put 100 spoon of sugar in this beaker. Of course, no. So after a certain amount, additional sugar will not dissolve. You could stir and stir, but the added sugar crystals would just settle undissolved to the bottom, like right here. So this as example of solubility. Solubility is the maximum amount of solute that can dissolve in a solvent in a solvent. Here the solubility of sugar, that means the maximum amount of sugar can be dissolved in water. Of course, guys, every substance has a specific solubility. As example, here the solubility of table sugar in water at room temperature is 2.1 grams of sugar per 1 gram of water, and table salt in contrast has a solubility of 0.4 gram of salt per 1 gram of water at room temperature. So every substance has a specific solubility. So also the solubility depends on temperature. So many substances, but not all, become more soluble at higher temperature. As example, we want to do right now another experiment to explain what the meaning of they become more soluble at higher temperatures. Okay guys, in this experiment we need 2 cups of water, one with hot water and one with cold water, and we need 2 cubes of sugar. Right now we will put in each cup of water 1 cube of sugar, and we will see how they will dissolve inside the water. You can see in the hot water, this is the cup of hot water and the cold water. So in hot water it's dissolved faster than the cold water, as you see. So solubility often depends on temperature, as you see in the experiment. So many substances, but not all, become more soluble at higher temperature. As you see, when we put the sugar inside the hot water, it dissolves faster than in cold water. So another example, in gases such as oxygen usually become less soluble in warmer water. So the solubility of table salt in water hardly change between temperature of 0 degrees and 100 degrees. So of course the very important thing you have to know in this session, also water is often called the universal solvent because it can dissolve many things.